tonight. I'm so sorry that his mom fell because I don't want to see anybody be hurt. But when Joe Jones comes in, should be here around 8, I hope you will join with me in really giving him an enormous applause, because he is such an exceptional human being. And I want you to hear what he has to say. So, did you see the piano figures that were downstairs, made by the insides of pianos that hit the strings? And above it has a quote by Michael Levine, which says, "Having a child makes you no more a parent than having a piano makes you a pianist." So if I could call up, please, Miss Aklin, who works so closely with Joe Jones, just so that we can keep our night on time until you can hear. Thank you to accept this now. We are going to run a little film that I know that is part of our exhibition. It's a really quick thing, but you know this one, and then you'll understand why the award.
They think that it means I need to contribute financially. They just don't believe that changing diapers is a part of parenting. I just want to see who's going to be the champs and who's going to be the chumps.
We only got 3 minutes. Don't stick the baby. 45 seconds and counting. Chris looks like he's in the front. He's doing well. Everybody's working gently and proficiently because this is the loving, caring child that they love so much.
It's not a neck brace, man. Come on, man.
3, 2, 1,
We're flipping the script a little bit now. You know, now we want men not just to be providers and protectors. We want them to be nurturers.
Thank you. So, given that, you know, we all have like plaques. You do anything good, you end up with a lot of plaques that are in your basement, and the minute you die, your kids are throwing them in the trash can. So we always try to give an artistic award. And this is a bling diaper for obvious reasons. And Joe Jones, what he has done here in Baltimore for families has radiated out all across the country. He is really a great go-to person. So we're hoping he's not driving too fast here. But I wanted to thank you. And if you would like to say anything about Joe that you work with, will you accept this, please?
Thank you so very much.
Oh, whoop.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I think I have the greatest job in the world. Every day I have an opportunity to go work with the Center for Urban Families in West Baltimore. And we have the distinction of being in the community that the uprising was at the core. But we serve as a beacon of hope within a community that's full of resiliency. And Joe Jones is a great part of that fact. Tonight I'm honored to have with me our board members, Sweda, Damon, and my team member, Gina, and her dear husband. We came here this evening to support Joe and to recognize him because he is a superb human being. He loves people, and he has a passion for ensuring that fathers have all that they need in order to be the fathers that they should be and can be. Every day we have the good fortune of greeting individuals from across the city of Baltimore, helping them find the employment skills that they need, employers that they need, housing, whatever supports they need. And we do it because we know they have within them all they need, and all they need is support to help them to realize their dreams and potential. And at the heart of Joe Jones is to ensure that every person that we come in contact with excels. Simply, our tagline is helping fathers and families find work. And so far in our 20 years of existence, we have served over 30,000 persons in small and large ways. Each year, between 12,000 and 1,200 and 1,400 persons come through our doors, and we help a significant number of those persons find good paying jobs. And not only that, we take the time to ensure that whatever they need after they find the job, that they keep their job. And so tonight, I'm just so honored and privileged to be able to say, on behalf of Joe Jones, thank you for recognizing the love that he has for people and the heart that he has for the city of Baltimore. Thank you.
That's an impromptu staff. I can't believe you. Thank you so much. Joe Jones has walked in, and I hope that your mom is doing better. I know that this got to be so scary for you. Ms. Aklin did the most incredible job for you, though. You have a tough act to follow. Come on up. Oh, Joe Jones. So you got the golden diaper, the bling diaper award from our staff. Thank you. Now, I have never had anybody that I know personally who has been honored by 3 different groups, at least here alone at this museum, through the last 20 years of your work. You're the most honored guy I know. So come, and please let us know how your mom's doing.
So my mom is 85, and for anybody who has a parent that is 85, and there's anybody in the room who's 85, you know, life starts to take a turn. And so I'm very grateful for my wife, who is tag teaming with me as she recovers from her fall. But I did want to just share a couple of words with you all. And first of all, thank you, Rebecca, for this honor. You know, Baltimore is such a beautiful and gritty city. And so much of the narrative around who we are gets determined by outsiders. And I'd like to share the few minutes I have that's between us and dinner, as I understand the program, so I won't be long. But I want to tell you about our big bet, what we believe is absolutely critical, essential, and we've thrown down the gauntlet on it, and we call it all in. So in a nutshell, to give you a visual, we cast a net throughout Baltimore City, to catch people who are in our most vulnerable communities. That's Park Heights, Cherry Hill, East Baltimore, not the more affluent communities where people already have a social network. And whoever we catch in that net are the folks who typically come to the center, men and women age 18 and above. And we accept them who they are and for what they are when they cross across our threshold. What they do before they get to us, we have no control over. They literally have no control over. But what they do with the rest of their lives, they have control over just as we do. And I want to share a brief story about a young man, Santorio. Santorio, who is a person who served 9 years in prison. He actually contracted cancer while he was in prison, and he couldn't get the care. He had to fight for himself, and then they actually get it addressed until he was released. He also owed $30,000 in state-owed child support. His prospects for doing anything economically was just poor. He ended up with a young lady, Shauna, and Shauna and Santorio decided that they wanted to partner and build a life for themselves and their now 3-year-old little girl. Fast forward, some of you, how many folks in here know Tim Reagan, the CEO of Whiting Turner, right? So Tim and I had a conversation about taking an opportunity to hire folks like Santorio. And so he agreed to take some of our members, we call the folks who we serve, we're privileged to serve members. So he took Santorio into Whiting Turner. Fast forward, Santorio today is a VP, project manager, VP of project management for Whiting Turner. A few years ago, we went to the ABLE Foundation. I suspect many people in here know Bob Embry. And we made the case that you know, the folks who we serve, the Santorios of the world, if we really want to change the trajectory of our city, the quality of life for folks, and not have a person like Santorio who's saddled with debt, and that wasn't the only debt he was saddled with, that we wanted to make sure he had a strong and supported family, that we should do something a little out of the box. And we said, Bob, would you agree to create a fund at the ABLE Foundation so that our members who step up to the plate, do the right thing, and do it consistently, don't take a step back, that they get access to a home ownership fund. So that fund is in place at the ABLE Foundation for select members who meet that threshold that we call all in. And today, using that $10,000 grant, not a loan, from ABLE, Santorio, Shauna, and their 3-year-old little girl are now homeowners in Baltimore City, right? Now imagine, and we have other stories like that. Our big bet is, can we scale that, right? Can we take the number of people who come to us behind the 8 ball, get them in front of the 8 ball, support them, have folks like you all in this room to be behind us and to be behind them and be behind Rebecca. Y'all know Rebecca's a little crazy, right? Rebecca, she come up with some stuff and I just don't know where it comes from, right? But you've got to have folks like that who believe in this city, who won't depart from this city. And I hope that, you know, for the few minutes I had to be with you all, you get the spirit, you get the juice behind what we're trying to do in our big bet that we call all in. Thank you, enjoy dinner, and Rebecca, thank you again.